Dario, a narrow defeat at the Emirates. Your reflections on that one?
I think positive, with the context of the week, how depleted we were as a squad, and then to lose, Rosa and Mish as well for this one, 2 starters from the last few games. So it did make it tough. So we had to sort of adapt a little bit. We still wanted to play our way. We wanted to be brave. And I thought at times, we were really good. Their keepers made some really good saves. We know, against a squad of that quality, we're going to have to defend. We defended, I thought, really well, and I think towards the end just fatigue played its part.
You mentioned the context of the squad. Injuries have been piling up this week. How proud are you then of the players that did make an impact today?
No, look, massively, and it's not easy. We've tried to rotate as much as we possibly can, but we had a tough first game where we had to travel to Tottenham, a high pressing team. Important game. We lost a couple in the lead up to that one. Fran's still recovering a little bit from her sickness, so we unfortunately had to push her today, and thankfully she's come through it okay. It was unfortunate to see Maëlys get hurt. We never want to see any players get hurt, but really proud of the efforts, and recovery was a big focus this week. So even though it's been like not the best week in terms of results, I think there's still been a lot of positives, and we won't drop our heads too much after these 3 games.
You mentioned Maëlys there. Any update on how she's doing?
No, I think she's okay from what I've been told. I think she did fall unconscious with the impact, which was hard to see, and not to see her get up straight away. But I think it's been positive news. So fingers crossed that it'll stay that way, and she'll make a speedy recovery and be back with us in no time.
Arsenal flew out the blocks, but your side responded so well to going a goal down. How impressed were you with that response?
Yeah, it was. Look, we said we wanted to be brave, but it is hard. They're also wanting to start. They're at home. It's a big crowd. Terrific day for football. They spoke about as well trying to rectify their last few results and get back in the winners column. Maybe a little bit of revenge as well was on their minds from the last game from last season. So, we had to weather the storm. We got a little bit unfortunate with the goal that we conceded, that it deflects and goes into the bottom corner. But, one thing we spoke about was that probably from last season, from the girls that were here, where 1-0 can, in the blink of an eye, turn to 3-0 because of that momentum when they get going. So I thought, we sort of dusted ourselves off after that unfortunate goal, and then we were able to start to play our football, start to create chances. So I felt a little bit hard done by that we weren't maybe 1-1 in the break, and then we've had a couple of terrific chances in that second half, and then I think in the end we just didn't have enough legs to create a little bit more.
One of those chances fell to Carla Camacho, her first WSL start. How impressed were you with her efforts?
No, look, really good. For a young player to get your first start against Arsenal at the Emirates, and not much of a week leading into this game where we basically have one session and have to get everything correct for the game. So I thought, she was terrific. Probably deserved the goal for her efforts, but she was in good positions. It was a constant thorn for the defenders of Arsenal, and it's a performance that I'm hoping she'll get a lot of confidence from, and we'll keep trying to build her up and get better and better.
And back to League Cup action next week against Southampton.
Yeah, look, we're looking forward to it. We'll have a little bit of time now to recover, so I think the girls really deserve that they have a chance to recover after a really tough, grueling week. And we look forward to match day. We enjoy the challenge, and we want to get back into that winners circle as well. So it's a big week, one that we'll look forward to, and also one that back to our home ground as well.
Caitlin, you took on the European champions. You pushed them all the way. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think we can take confidence, obviously, with your opening sentence, the European champions currently, and to go toe to toe with a team like that in their own back garden. I think it's a very difficult challenge, but I actually think we can walk away thinking that we probably deserve more, and on another day that goal doesn't go in, and it's 0-0 at the very least, and you're walking away with a point, and it's very different, obviously. But yeah, we can take confidence, and obviously, like every loss, there's lessons to be learned, but we can walk out of here with our heads held high.
And that back line defended the penalty area so well, particularly after the Arsenal opener. How proud are you of that? Yeah,
of course. I mean, like, the defence is obviously great, but it starts from the very top. Carla's pressing was unbelievable throughout the game. The midfield kept it tight, and we just played with compaction, even if that's not a word. Dario made it up this week, so we've been going off that, and that's kind of been the mentality, to be hard to break. So that's what we did.
For you personally, it's a run of games in the side now. How enjoyable is that to be part of this back line?
Yeah, of course. It wasn't easy when I first got here. Obviously, finding your feet in a new team in a new city, and yeah, just grateful to be playing some football with my friends. And yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Squad a little light today with certain players ineligible, a few others injured. I suppose it's further testament to the performance this squad put in.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, it's testament to everybody doing what they can and filling positions that it's not necessarily natural. Like Rachel on left wing, she did a great job, and anyone in this team will do a job for the team, that because that's what we want, is ultimately to be successful together, and sometimes you have to rally round in the harder times, and yeah, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that's what we showed today.
And speaking of the tough get going, it's Southampton in the League Cup next, and a chance for the squad to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, there's a lot to learn from this today, but like I said, we move forward and hopefully find a bit of momentum there, but they won't be disrespected. Southampton, they're a good side, they're doing well in the Championship, so yeah, heads down, back to training, and yeah, fingers crossed.